All right.
Can I be the snowball?
I just that is what the audio cutoff opened up to for my stream. Just FYI, so those are the first words that everybody heard. Thank you, Tiago. Good luck in qualifying, everybody. Just- that's great. All right, everybody, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I have some chat rolling here, just in case for some odd reason that OBS doesn't want to display peeps talking to me. Excuse me. So it is week 3. We are here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, or Motorsport, for those near locally. And yeah, we've got ourselves a pretty gosh darn good looking time coming ahead here. Little track map up here at the top if you've never seen it before. Um, it is slippery. That is the feedback that I am getting. It is extremely, extremely slippery. This new tire model is not being very kind to people. As far as the grip factor is concerned, we've seen a lot of cars off the track or, spitting out, hitting the wall and stuff like that. So it is going to be interesting, the speed difference, to try to, work through passes, both for position and then, obviously when cars end up getting lapped and stuff like that, just navigating each other is going to be tricky. So hopefully everybody can, you know, have some patience tonight, and get through it without any incidents. It'll never be incident free, I'm sure, but this is a great bunch to race with and a lot of fun. So I'm hoping we just continue to do what we've been doing. So we're on board with Kerry Brooks right now, as he was, as far as practice is concerned, our fastest driver, by not a whole lot. Leighton was pretty gosh darn close. A name that I'm sure everybody's getting pretty used to here at Six Sigma with his 2 oval wins so far and his hard charging moments towards the front, even over here on the road side of things. So Leighton definitely having the season that he wants for oval, and maybe not the one he wants for road, but he is still on everybody's minds as we head into week 3 here. So happy to see him out there tonight. Switch to the Lambo actually, so cool to see him rocking that number 12 machine. See who else we got. Chantel's made it. Just fantastic. Always great to see her out on track with her lovely pink and gray Ferrari. I love the rims. They're so shiny. That is beautiful. But yeah, she's out there tonight. Um, Running a little bit off the pace of the leaders, but I mean, that's okay. I think she's kind of in a state that I would be in, more or less, which is just kind of trying to figure some things out over here. She can wheel a stock car like nobody's business, so it'll be interesting to see how she does when she starts getting these GT cars figured out for sure. So looking forward to seeing how she does tonight. We got Jeff Oakes out there, forever rocking the Six Sigma Merc. Beautiful, loud V8, tossing itself through the corners like nobody's business. He's looking to have himself a pretty solid night tonight. Let me pop out some points here so I can reference things when I'm talking about them. What do we got? Road League. So, okay. Now I remember things. Understood. Ben Miller is out there as well tonight in his purple and other colored Ferrari. Looking pretty sharp. Had a pretty eventful week 2 at Watkins Glen with a few oopsies. Ended up recovering and overall not doing too bad. Still sitting tied for. Sorry, he's still 6th in points. That is where he stands right now. So not doing too bad. He'll be the first one to tell you that he doesn't think he's all that amazing over here, but I think he's been having a pretty solid season so far. So looking forward to seeing more of Ben. We got Joe Gregory in the field tonight as well, rocking a Red Bull BMW. This looks to be Joe's first race of the season with us, as I don't see him on the points, and I don't remember him from any previous races, which makes me feel a heck of a lot better. I believe he's run some Xfinity races with us, and this is his first road entry, if I can recall correctly. I do have a lot of drivers, not some new names, so I'm working on it. But he's looking pretty stout tonight in the BMW. Currently sits third on the board, actually, as our drivers try to get down there at Corey Abbott sitting on top of the board right now, but we'll get to him once we cycle around. Brian Beeman, no longer the Porsche, which breaks my heart. And Brian, if you're listening, yeah, no, this is your fault, man. Porsche riot. But um, switched over to running the Mercedes after the tire changes kind of turned the Porsche into a slip and slide for him, and he didn't really find it comfortable. As you'll see, a few drivers I think that were Team Porsche changed over, as it is just a little bit on the crazy side for everybody, but that's okay. Merc being a much more stable learning platform, so drive what's comfortable and good for you. So that's good to go. And here's Corey, who is not giving up on Team Porsche, as you can see, and is he still first? Yep, he's still first, so I can talk about him. All right. And Corey has the pole tonight. Corey is also our glorious leader over here in the Road League. He is currently leading Brashad Murphy in P2. 100 points plus difference between the two. So Corey is absolutely having a season so far. Watkins Glen was his domain. I don't think there was a lap he didn't lead. And just kind of walked away with it, both in the heat race and the finale. So he had a heck of a week. It was a lot of fun. Kyle Foster in our everyone's favorite Ford GT running through the gears this week. Had a pretty rough Watkins Glen as well, but he ended up making up a couple spots. I say pretty rough. No, I was thinking of somebody else. He actually had an amazing Watkins Glen, and just stayed quiet, stayed out of trouble, stayed humble, and just kind of kept moving the Ford GT up and up and up the scoreboard. And I think he ended up coming away with 7th in the finale out of like 17 cars or so. So that was a pretty awesome week for him. So I hope he's happy with it. I sure as heck was rooting for him. He's fun to watch. Trying to get things figured out, and he's the one that is sparking the idea of an all-road course street stock league. So, if you want to send any hate mail his way, I'm just kidding. So, should be a lot of fun tonight to see how he's got. Carrie, you're back in the order again. Chris, my man Chris Schusler, in our golf Porsche. He's out there. He ran a 123 and looks like he's going to pull off and maybe give it another go here. Not exactly sure what his plans are. Gonna go back through the field here and see if we missed a few people. Oh man, Tiago takes the pole. Look at that. Tiago with a 116.3 and a Leighton P2 with a 116.4. Corey with a 116.4 as well. Terry Brooks had it in practice, but now he's down to a 116.6. He's down to 4th. Well, the mighty have fallen on that one. That'll be interesting. Logan's in the field tonight. Got Harrison as well. Harrison Ellis is going to be rocking with us. This will be his first race with us this season, which is really exciting. Harrison, if you're watching, what's up? How's it going? You got Brandon Ritchie, William Rampy, bunch of fun names. All relatively close here, though. We got most of the field within about 3 seconds or so, and Chris is slowly figuring it out. Don't count him out for anything. I don't know if anybody's still lapping. Looks like, yeah, I don't think anybody is. I think we are good to go, so that'll give everybody some extra time. Oh, nope, Corey's still out there. Give everybody some extra time to get settled. Corey, thank you for continuing to lap so that I have something to watch instead of the scenic thing. Very, very, very cool. Do a quick double check on chat. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. No worries if there isn't. I just hate not saying hi if someone else said hi. It's kind of awkward. You just stand in there, look at him, like, do something, and they just don't. It's, yeah. Yeah. So, fighting off a little bit of a cold, too. I'm hoping that my voice stays with me the entire race, but there is a possibility they might start to lose it. I will do my best regardless. Qualifying is about to wrap up here. And there's a new king on the boards, Thiago, stealing it away by a tenth. Should be interesting. All right, drivers, as mentioned, it's a standing start. This is our 15-minute heat race, followed up by a 5-minute warm-up, and then a 40-minute feature. So sit back, relax, enjoy. You're scoring points in every race and qualifying tonight, so every position matters. But let's play nice and let's have fun. Good luck, all. What we'll do here is I'll grab my buddy Chris, and I'm going to jump on a chase cam with him just to kind of get an idea of the cars here. These road courses, and you get kind of back and forth about, exactly how you're going to try to view the track. And, there are people I still think that are a lot slicker at this than I am, but I really get a good, view of the track by grabbing the last car or one of the cars at the back and watching them from a low angled third person perspective, like chase cam, and just watching forward. Okay. Oh, man.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's not good. We'll have to let that go get sorted out, but it looks like we had some pretty major contact there at the beginning. Something we'll have to sort out later, maybe. But I think did everybody get rolling, hopefully? Yep, Jeff is rolling. Jeff's hurting, though. Oh, man. Yep, Jeff's broke. I think. Yep, ugh. That's not fun. Hopefully Kyle's okay. So everybody else get moving here. Not exactly the start that they all wanted, I think, but the start that we got. Everybody else is single file all the way up through, though, so I think what I'm going to do, as much as I don't want to, is I'm going to check the replay here. So what oh, I see. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Understood. Just a standing start issue. These are happening. So it looks like Joe Gregory has a tough time getting going, and the field stacks up behind him or whatever. So it happens. It's it's tough. And we've talked about this a few times. On one hand, you've got, so you see a car up in the grass there. I think that was Brian Beeman, but I think he got it sorted. You'll see cars, having a tough time trying to get off the standing start, but I've also seen some of the craziest stuff ever from the rolling starts as well. So it goes both ways. It's definitely something that we've been talking about maybe changing for certain tracks, but here we stand, at least. Uh-oh. Leighton, no. Happened to a Leighton. Let's go take a check back here. Did he just too much mustard? Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate, buddy. Down but never out, though. So I'm sure he will be making his charge back towards the front here as we cycle through our cars. So lap 2 completed. Thiago, my great buddy Thiago, P1 sailing away with his beautifully colored BMW that I haven't gotten to see too much of. So I'm sure it's an F1 reference. It says Williams. I don't know these things. I watch cars go in left-handed ovals, so it looks great. I like it. It looks nice. I don't know things. Kind of scanning through the field here just to check in on everybody. It looks like Leighton has caught back up to Harrison. Going to be the first car that he tries to get back around after his spin there. Oh, that's not how you want to give it up, though, Harrison. Oh, man, big spin. He saved it. A Leighton also went off again. Gosh, this track is just so treacherous. Oh, man, and Chantel's around as well. She's right in the middle of the track. She's going to get it sorted, though. Whew. Oh, boy. Lots and lots and lots of spins. That was a crazy, crazy lap. We do see Ben Miller now in the pits back here. So he and Brandon Ritchie have some pretty serious damage. I'm just going to roll it back a little bit just to kind of see what happened to these two. Okay, so Brandon looks like he just sailed a corner and bopped the car pretty
You can
good.
have the position back. Go ahead.
See what happened to Ben Miller here as well. Okay, yep, so he just went off and then went off. Oh my god, and I go to live and he's doing the exact same thing. Oh no. Oh boy. Yep, very smart. Go back out in the grass and then whoop around, Ben. Good job. Holy cannoli. I'm gonna have a stinking heart attack before this race is over. Oh! Huge contact. Oh my goodness. Chantel and Chris get into each other. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. Let's take a look. She just, oh man. Yep, Chris is just not going as fast as Chantel thought he was, or she was, and he was. Sorry about that. And oh man, that's rough. How's everybody doing on incident points so far? So I see a lot of sixes. Seems to be the highest currently. It's Thiago trying to get past Jeff Oakes, I believe. He's going to put the move on him now. They go too wide, and I believe Jeff is going to concede the position.
You can take the inside carry.
So Thiago is through another lap car. It'll be 3 drivers 1 lap down now, and I have a bad feeling that Chantel is going to be number 4. Super unfortunate. Oh. Oh, man. Joe Gregory and Logan Key had a moment there on the front stretch. That was a little bit sketchy, but both drivers ended up sorting that one out, so that's good. Like Brandon Ritchie is back on the track, and he's putting his laps in. See, Leighton is really back far. I don't know if he had some more spins or what happened there, but that's not a position that he wants to be in, I don't think. Kyle Foster is still turning some laps with some front end damage from what I assume is the beginning of the race. Man, this track is chewing us up and spitting us out tonight. Looks like everybody's rolling at this point. Hopefully we thought, oh, Chris is on himself spun again. I believe he will be getting it back going. He's going to let a Leighton go by. It's a tricky, tricky track for sure. Right from their spot, we can see here come our leaders. It's Corey Abbott in P2 with Jeff Oakes in between. There's Kerry Brooks in P3. Brian Beeman in P4. Joe is in P5. Very cool. Joe and Logan, 5 and 6. pretty BMW heavy front end of the race there. So, oh no, Jeff Oakes is around. Looks like he'll be able to recover there. I don't assume he had Corey behind him. I don't assume he had any help from Corey. No. Nope. A little too much grass. Corey ends up sneaking by. Oh, Leighton. Oh my goodness. Oh man. What a huge hit. I don't think I've ever seen the back end of a Lamborghini come off like that. Man, that thing is destroyed. Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh, he just got out of shape. Man. Yeah, he is fighting that thing hard. That is super unfortunate. Ended up towing too. Man, God. See, Rempy almost goes for the same ride there. He just barely keeps it out of the grass. Well, Kerry has found some racing form here, and he has caught Corey Abbott big time out of qualifying. I think Kerry's probably a little bit upset with his laps, and I wondered because in practice I saw Kerry set the fastest lap, and then I saw him get nowhere near it, and nobody else beat it. So I don't know if the track got a lot cold or hotter, or if he just didn't have a good stretch, a couple laps there or whatever. But you guys are going to be coming up on Chris Schuessler. Chris can find a way to get. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Corey's going to go for an absolute ride too, as Kerry is. Oh man. Oh my gosh. That's not good. That's not good at all. Gotta go back and check that out. Ugh. Right here a little bit.
Thank you.
Kerry backed it right into the wall. Corey was closing up on Chris here pretty quickly and just tried his best to avoid him, but that didn't that didn't go as well. Yeah, that's rough, man. Yeah, we've got a lot of front runners now into the pits with massive damage. Holy cripes. So, Thiago is still in the lead. There's 7.7 second lead over Brian Beeman, P2. Joe Gregory's in P3. Another 4 seconds behind Brian. Logan, 3 seconds behind them. And Will Rempy. Oh, Will. Lock it down, buddy. I go for a little slide, but he is going to save it. And Corey and Kerry in the pits together. Harrison is going to pass them both up. Big oops. Chris would be the first car behind them. Just came out of the... Gassing up. That's a rough one tonight, guys. Definitely the first melee, I think. For sure. A lot of car contact. I mean, there definitely is some car-to-car contact, but a lot of it, I think, is just trying to maneuver each other, which we talked about in the pre-race, is just going to be dangerous. There's just not a lot of space. Kerry Brooks is back out on track in front of Corey, I believe, and going to be looking to try to make a colossal comeback here. He's got his work cut out for him, though, as he has scored an entire lap down behind Thiago. And we should actually be getting awfully close to the white flag here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, so... Yeah, so depending upon where Thiago crosses, because his last was 12:55, so let's see what the time is at the line. I believe it's going to be just under 15. Yeah, 14:11. So this is the white flag lap. White flag lap. Checking out everybody to see how... Oh, I hear a spin. Where's the spin? But he just spun. Gosh, I can't even tell anymore. Corey again. Oh no, Corey. Oh. Trying to make a comeback. That's super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. But we'll ride along here. Thiago, as he comes down to final corner here. Or final set of corners, sorry. And he will cross. P1. Brian Beeman's going to bring it home in P2. Joe Gregory finds himself in P3 for his first heat race. Logan Kia is going to try to get it home in P4, but he's awfully slow there coming out of that corner. Kerry Brooks is going to come home in 7th. Looks like a lap down there. Kyle Foster 13th. Jeffrey Oakes is going to bring it home 8th. Schuessler, next car coming through. Looks like he's going to bring it home in 9th if he can finish up here. 61 Porsche looking a little rough in the back end there. Leighton, oh my goodness. The back end's off again on the Lambo. Bringing it home in 14th. Will Rumpy right behind him, solidifying 5th. Brandon Ritchie bringing it home 15th behind them. Might be some changes here. Chantel's 11th. Harrison is 6th. Oh boy. Oh, hey guys, heat is down. There's a lot of situations on the track there that weren't great for a lot of people, so that's extremely unfortunate. I apologize for that, but the race is 40 minutes, so it's a lot longer format, and I would just stress to everybody to take it easy and take your time as much as you possibly can. I know we're fighting some pretty ill handling cars on the track that we're just not it's not jiving, so I get it. But you know, let's just do what we can, guys.
Ben, if I need an EOL for that start, please hand it to me.
I don't really do EOLs because it's like a standing start, so I don't think I can do that. But I'll look at it. I see what happened though, and I looked it over. I might have to have a sit down with somebody else to talk about some of the incidences post race if we want to talk about a few of them. But that wasn't one that I thought was you know overly bad. I think it was just really nasty accordion effect off the start. So
Yep, just let me know what I need to do.
well, for now, everybody just go back out after the warm up here and have the best 40 minutes at Canadian Tire you've ever had.
Well, watching it back, it was 100% not your fault. You're fine.
Yeah, Joe had a rough start, which happens on standing starts, and like I said, it just accordioned. Nobody did it on purpose. There was no malicious intent. And by the time that Jeff caught up to the back of you will, it was full speed to dead stop, and there was contact. It just happens.
Yeah, no worries about it on my end. That stuff happens.
Appreciate it, Jeff.
And I would have gone around if it wasn't for the fact that I tried to do the same thing last race and spun out. So I was just like, nope, keep it in place. And I didn't realize the accordion was going to happen.
Almost kind of like the stock car kind of, need to have one foot hovering over the brake on the restart kind of thing, just in case somebody doesn't launch like they think they're going to. So I was talking about it in stream a little bit too, but it's like, for every incident that we have with a standing start, I've seen 10 times worse of ones in a rolling start too. So, it's just something we'll keep evolving if we decide that we want to switch back, or if another version is better or whatever, we'll make those calls together. Stuff happens. I mean, it's racing. You guys are trying to do things with cars they just don't want to do, and they're getting upset. So that's just what happens.
I mean, I'm equally at fault there. The Mercedes does launch way harder than the
Start, you'll actually go faster.
I think you got a little cut off there, Joe. What'd you say, buddy?
I should have realized if you actually put it in gear, you might actually take off on the standing start.
That does, in fact, help sometimes. Yeah, we had somebody make that realization last race, I think. So, all good.
That was my first ever standing start, so hope I didn't screw anybody up.
A little door binging in the back there, but it got all sorted out. Like I said, no worries.
Hope we're starting.
I know I cut off whatever you said, Ben, so you might want to say it again.
Oh, I was saying it doesn't really give you a whole lot of time between everyone getting on the grid and going, oh, we're starting.
Is the grid mixed up at all for the future race, or is it the same as the first heat?
The same as the feature. I'm sorry, the heat. Heat sets the field for feature.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody else have any questions or concerns before we go into it and our warm-ups rolling out here? Just followed Harrison for his entire warm-up. I just realized that. Sorry, guys. He probably could have followed a few other people, but he did fantastic, so I'm going to give it to him. Hey, guys, so we got another standing start. So like I said, let's have some patience here. If somebody gets jacked up in the front or if somebody's slow, just be ready to not run them over if you can help it. Like I said, accordions happen. We've got a long race, navigating traffic. Keep an eye on your relative. If you're the slow car and somebody's coming up, like I said, don't be unpredictable. Don't hit your brakes in the middle of the corner and slow down. Just keep on your marks, and then when you can pull off to the side, if you want to let them go in an easy place to pass, like a straightaway, then do that. Otherwise, let's have some fun. Redemption time for you guys. Good luck, boys and girls. Okay, so off the start again. Here we go. Second attempt. I see all the cars rolling this time, which is a great thing. Right, let's see how this all sorts out. I'm a little nervous about some of the faster cars starting a little bit further back than they would normally start. Trying to make too aggressive of moves. Oh, two big spins off the start. That's not what we wanted to see. Chantel and William Rempe both just... Holy cow. Chantel hit that wall a ton, too. Hope she's okay. Oh, the front end is toast on that car. That's not what we wanted to see. A little bit of contact there. Got a car around.
You can take that one, Carrie. 10-4, buddy.
Oh my goodness. I can't even I can't even announce on this, man. I'm just running out of fingernails. I don't know what to do. This is
Go
so
ahead, you can take it.
so scary.
Thanks.
Well, one lap's in the books. Probably another 24 or so to go. Maybe more. Closer to 30 possibly. Oh, too wide in this corner. That is a terrifying prospect. Oh, baby. Corey's got a lot of speed here, and he's trying to get by Ben Miller and Harrison here, trying to work their stuff out. Just got to have patience. Find the hole. Take it when you can. Oh, man. They're just braking in different spots. Oh, and Ben Miller's going to hit the curb a little bit.
Sorry, I hit the curb there.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh, no, Logan. Uh-oh, did something happen to Logan? That he left on purpose? Uh-oh. On here. I caught Chris a little bit more than he thought he was going to there. That's unfortunate. Corey's a little bit slipped up here. Oh, big spin, good save. Harrison got super loose there, and now Ben Miller is too wide with him. Corey's going to try to sneak by with some draft help here, I think, as well. Switch out to TV2 here to keep an eye on this close battle, and I think this is definitely one of the closer ones on track right now. That and some of the ones up front here, but yeah, we've got Corey getting around Harrison. Now Leighton's got his sights on Harrison as well. Corey wants by and he means it. Ben is just holding on. See a little bit further up the track here, we've got Kerry Brooks chasing down Joe Gregory. Who's right behind Brian Beeman, who's right behind Tiago. And that's how cars drive in order. Yeah, that's a thing. Calls, Ben. Good calls. I spot for people too. Isn't that terrifying? Corey Abbott's still all over the back of Ben Miller. Trying to get some separation. I'm not sure if that initial contact that they had there caused a aero damage for Corey or not. These high downforce setups, they don't do well on the straightaways, but they are sure as heck happy they have the downforce for the corners. Otherwise, this track would be even scarier. Oh, there goes Corey on the inside move. He's trying. So badly wants to get around Ben Miller. Ben's just got a little bit more straightaway speed, it looks like, in these situations. Or he just can't quite... Oh, we got to spin. Harrison's going to spin, but he's going to keep it out of the wall. Oh, careful, Harrison. Oh, baby. That was close. Got it done, though. Just
Thanks,
good.
Chris.
You got it, bud.
This fight's still going on. I'm going to check ahead to see how everyone else is doing. Schuessler's still rolling. Will Rempe is still rolling. Will Remp and Chantal Pottle are the two cars that have been into the pits already with major repairs from that incident in the first corner of the lap there. Oh no, Logan. I'm just reading your chat, buddy. That sucks. And Corey isn't. Oh no, Corey's in the grass too. Now let's see what happened here. It's too much brake. Chasing after Ben. It's oh god, it's so close here. And I know Corey was a little bit faster than Ben, or maybe even a good bit faster than Ben. But Ben just was trying as hard as not to provide any passing opportunities there, and it's just so easy to get worked up in the corner like that. So super, super unfortunate. Gosh, Logan, that is... Oh, man. I feel so bad. Well, if you ever want an upgrade from the homemade rig, you know, Six Sigma's got some pretty cool rigs. You have some time while you're perusing my stream here, check those puppies out. 'Tis the season, right? Christmas presents, gifts. Gotta check them out. So it looks like Corey Abbott is going to come out of the pits right in front of P2. Brian Beeman. His new set of wheels. Well, he can put together some consistency. He's on the website right now. Awesome, dude. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. That website's very dangerous though, because one thing's going to lead to another, and then you're going to have an entire new setup. But they are there for rigs, and I can assure you, in my large manliness that is myself, I've sat in every single one of those rigs, and every single one of them is awesome.
I was
So,
hoping you'd carry me away from Kerry, Corey.
oh, it's too bad there's a lap difference right now, because this would be such a legendary position battle between these three. Unfortunately, Corey is just not in the right spot tonight. I feel very unfortunate. I know he's going to be pretty frustrated after this race. Oh, Brian, no, that's not good. What an absolute amazing save, though. Wow. That was absolutely clutch. Huge, huge save. Well, Thiago's had a pretty darn quiet night so far. I haven't seen him get involved in absolutely anything. He is just set sail in that BMW, and he is having a fantastic race. So good for him in his inaugural Six Sigma League with us here at the 2022 Winter Road. Ben Miller is now in the pits as well, with an even more damaged rear end. I'm going to guess he backed it into... Oh, man, there's front end, there's back end, there's all kinds of end damage on this car. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's a hit, ladies and gentlemen. That is a hit. Garcia Layton currently running 5th after his pretty terrifying heat race with lots of that Lamborghini's rear end cover coming off, which is never something I wanted to see. So good to see him putting a good feature together. That is really what's most important. So talk about the point standings here. I don't have any fancy graphics or anything to show you, but what I can say is this. These races are weighted as an IMSA race would be weighted. So to the winner to the pole sitter, I guess, of the qualifying session, or the winner of the heat section, goes 35 points. But to the winner of the feature goes 350. It is a times 10 multiplicative factor for every position, and it gets a little crazy. Now, Kerry Brooks is 4.7 seconds off the back end of Thiago. I'd be interested to see if that gap is changing as we continue on. Brian very much so recovered from his earlier oopsie incident in the grass. Super happy to see that. Joe Gregory still pretty much right there with him as he kind of came out together. Excuse me, Joe's being a little bit more conservative. Joe's having a pretty quiet night so far. He couldn't quite find his gear in the beginning of the heat race, but then ended up firing off just fine. Thanks to some heads-up driving by Ben Miller and the folks behind him there to not hit him. And yeah, he pulled away with 3rd from the heat race. And now he sits in 4th. But his 4th place, I believe, is going to come under fire here soon from that screaming V10 Lambo coming up behind him there. Layton holds no prisoners. So it'll be interesting to see if he can do something, if he's going to catch him or whatever. I want to check my results there too. Remind me, 4.7 at the end of the lap. I'm going to check Kerry and Thiago. Brandon Ritchie also having a pretty quiet race tonight. 15th in the heat. I say quiet. It was not quiet for him. It was not good for him. He did not have a good heat race. Dead last. But now he's up to 6th, which is pretty awesome. So he's kind of taking advantage of everybody else's mistakes so far. So good for him. And Will Rumpy, is in the pits. That's not good. Do I dare go back and check why? I hate doing this because then I get to see what happened. And I don't like to see what happened. It sucks. Get hurt. Been there for a minute. Oh, yeah, just the treacherous turn 2 there. Oh my gosh. That turn is just killing people. That's Brandon Ritchie, so now I can start going back again. So Kyle Foster, what's he up to? 7th? Definitely doing better than this heat race so far. The front end of that car is clean from the start, so he was not aerodynamically challenged from jump, which is cool. Gosh, that thing sounds so cool going by. Little V8 grumble from that Ford GT. Looking forward to the Mustang coming at iRacing, if that's going to be a thing in 2023 when Ford goes into GT3 competition again as well with Mustang. I hope iRacing gets it. Harrison Ellis, currently P8. Had his spin earlier when we were watching some of the shenanigans up front. Kept it clean though, and no pit stop for a faster pair required, so he is rolling. Is always a good thing. Chantel's right behind him. On track, unfortunately, she's currently 12th because she suffered a lap down issue there with incidents in the first lap, which we talked about. We have Ben Miller, who's also a lap down, 13th. I said Chantel was in 13th. He's in 13th. I don't know. Numbers and stuff. Gonna find some consistency. Jeff Oakes, The last driver on the lead lap here. As he comes across the line, he's still about a minute
Thanks,
and
Chris.
13 seconds.
You got it.
So that's the distance. Here comes Thiago. Here comes Thiago. But boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what's a little bit interesting to me. You remember when I said, "Oh no, who's off?" Oh, it's Will. Gosh, he must have just come out of the pits. Will, that turn hates you. That's not good. Everyone just needs to go, you know, do like a donut in the dirt after the race in that turn. I think to mess up the grass a little bit more. But anyways, what I was trying to say is I was dying and being interrupted by other things. Kerry Brooks is only 2.3 seconds off of Thiago now, and I don't know if, I mean, math, right? But like 2.3, 4.7, like that's a smaller number. So that means that Kerry is in fact catching him. And it looks like he's bringing Corey with him. So it is going to be attack of the Porsches here pretty soon. And I know we're not in October anymore, but it might be looking a little bit scary in Thiago's mirror. So we'll see what happens. Thiago's been like perfect the entire race so far, though, so it's good. And I'm going to not look at him now that I said that because I'm kind of scared. I just realized he was coming across the finish line and he's got like turn 2 like right there. I'm just not going to look. We're going to ignore that I said anything, and Thiago definitely isn't going to make any mistakes. And no, it's yeah. Anyways. Stuff so far. Definitely a little bit of a calmer feature race. Okay, so Thiago did not die. That's great. I got an idea, folks. We haven't done this yet. They're coming towards the final lap. Let's ride in the lap right in Kerry Brooks' passenger seat and see what it's like to go full lap at full speed around Canadian Tire. At the start-finish line, as he's going to dip down in the right-handed turn 1 here. Get his speed build back up. Now, this is the tricky turn here. This is the turn that's been claiming lives all race. This downhill turn 2 with this progressive slope, and it's loose. It's terrifying. People spin, and it's not cool. Kerry has not made very many mistakes this season so far, notably the one in Watkins Glen in the feature race where he spun, or maybe that was the heat race, I'm sorry, where he spun in front of the entire field, up the S's on the friggin' first lap. God, that was terrifying. Doesn't take much, though, but he said his car just kind of looked like it was trying to fly, just lifted right off the ground, and it's not great, so. Down the big backstretch here, lots of speed. Building up here. Looks like Jeff Oaks is going to let Thiago zip right on by. Kerry is hoping that he doesn't catch him in the spot that we all think he might catch him in, but it's possible. We need not name it. And there's a lap. So that's what it's like to fly around this place. Somebody that is doing it very well, might I add. What's Chris doing? So far he's 11th. Like his car is a bit cleaner as well. It's good. Looks like we also just lost Chantel. Fortunate. Did she have another incident, I wonder, right before she... Oh man, there's contact here. Oh, Harrison. Oh gosh. There's nowhere to go. Oh man. That is super unfortunate. Harrison just looped it at speed, sitting in 8th. The rumble strips, and it just pissed the car off. Man, it does not take much sometimes. Gosh, that's unfortunate. Well, sorry, Chantel. It was fun having you. I know this was definitely not the most easygoing track for sure. Look at all the craziness. Look at all the... You look at like the heat, like the grid points, and the numbers and everything. I mean, everybody has just been all over the stinking place. The only person that's been pretty straightforward is Thiago. First, and now he's second. So,
Thank you.
which just reminded me, Thiago's second. Thiago pit? Or did he have an incident, I wonder? These things? I missed. Oh, no, he did! That's not what he wanted to do.
Thanks, Jeff.
Way to hold on to it, though, for sure. Lots of people are bouncing off the wall
No
there.
problem, buddy.
Great job, Thiago, with keeping that sucker out of the wall. That really isn't a whole lot stopping you from just sliding like you're on ice. Jeff Oakes lets Corey go by as well. That was for position. Very courteous let by right to the entrance of the corner. Lets these gentlemen here keep right on their line. Thiago, now being a little bit further down, will go into the pits and refuel. This will be his hopefully one and only pit stop. Chris is coming out of the pits too. I'm hoping that that's... He brought it there under his own power with no damage, so I'm going to say that Chris had... Chris had some fuel to get, so that's good. Joe Gregory's currently sitting in 4th. I think that'll swap around once Thiago gets scored behind him again for... No, I guess Thiago's in front of him. Oh, that's not Thiago. That was Kyle. The other light blue colored car.
I'm in the pit.
Ryan Beeman slide right in onto the pits. Going to get his Mercedes some much needed fuel at number 41 machine, pulling up next to his teammate who hopefully is also there to fuel too. Well, I'm watching you. Oh man, Corey is around again. Oh my gosh. This poor guy. Yeah. Seen that too. It just gets upset, and I don't know why. Must be too much liftoff, I guess, at a high RPM. I mean, I'm just guessing. I really don't know. Oh, Kyle! Oh gosh, that's a huge hit. I don't know where that came from. What happened here? Oh, he caught some grass and he tried to brake. Oh man, that is horrible. Oh gosh. Now the hits are rolling in. This is not good. I didn't want to see that. Remp is taking the long way around the corner there.
Thiago, I'm going to pit this lap just to warn you.
Copy.
How this whole transition goes. Looks like Brandon Ritchie's going to bring the Merc down into the pits. Nice job, Thiago. That was good. I think Brandon went a little bit slower than Thiago thought he was going to, but he waited for the middle section of the corner there to really stamp the brakes and get the car straightened out. So that was stinking awesome. That's all I got to say about that. But Kerry Brooks, London's Lightning, as they call him. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that ever calls him that ever. Having himself a fancy little drive up there in P1 for the first time in a little while. So I haven't seen him in the lead. I don't think he led anything at the Glen. I'm trying to remember week 1 if he had been up at the front or not, but happy to see him up in the front and surviving from what was a pretty rough heat race for him as well, with that one big spin where he and Corey both kind of went around in the same corner. So always awesome to see him get through that kind of stuff. It's awesome to see everybody get through stuff. I don't like watching people crash. I'm not here to do that. Some people like watching racing for crashing. I don't. I like watching racing for good racing. So, and that's what we seem to be having here. A few folks, as we scroll over Corey here, who's not having a great night. A few folks not going their way, but faster pairs will get you back out there, and he will prevail. Try to salvage something out of his feature race where the points are heavily loaded, and maybe rely on the fact that he's like over 100 points ahead of everybody right now. So it is all good. Just trying to let some folks by, being courteous there. He's not very comfortable with this section. He goes very slow through here. I probably would do the same, to be honest with you. I haven't been behind the wheel in a while. But knowing that, he preemptively let some folks by. Will Rempe is not having a good race. He is 6 laps down. Holy cow. Will, this is not good, man. Got 5th in the heat race. Oy vey. It's a tricky track, guys. I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough.
Sorry, Chris. We keep meeting like this, man.
Everything's all good.
Joe Gregory is in the pits. I'm gonna say for fuel. Hopefully, it sucks. I have to ask that question this race. A lot, actually. So Brian Beeman and Leighton Norgard are pretty gosh darn close to each other on track now. Brian is currently 4th, and Leighton is 5th, as I try to remember how reading works. We have at the line, excuse me,
Thank you.
just under 10 minutes.
Go get him, Terry.
Or so. Probably just about 10 minutes left or so in the future here, or maybe 11 or 12, depending upon how and when Kerry crosses here. But Kerry is, as far as I know, still going to have to pit for gas, or for fuel. Sorry. Maybe he just did. Yep, he definitely just did. So Kerry Brooks is back out on the track after pitting. And he has retained the lead, 5.8 seconds up the road from Tiago, and 15 seconds up the road from Brian Beeman and Leighton Norgard. You see Kerry navigating Kyle Foster's Ford GT here as he tries to make a move on the 68 machine, and Kyle's just going to let him go. Great guy.
Thanks, Kyle. Corey.
This is letting Corey go by. Section there. The time is winding down here, folks. So we've only got about 10 minutes or so left in the race. I know my timer up here, it's like, oh no, it's like 9 minutes and or 8 minutes and 45 seconds. You would think, right? But that's not the case, because that includes the gridding time. So it doesn't work out like that. It's very unfortunate for me in my trying to make assumptions of when the last lap is, because I don't get any flags situation. Well, Tiago had taken a little bit of time out of Kerry's lead there, but Tiago also does have to navigate 2 lap cars between them. So hopefully that goes smoothly and he can.
Thanks, Chris.
He's trying to catch him, get through those guys
You got it.
efficiently. Who do we actually have here? So this is Harrison. It's Harrison and Kyle Foster. So these guys are racing for a position. Currently they're 2 laps down, but this is a race for 10th happening between the leaders. And they were both still in their hunt for 10th place, courteous to let the other drivers go, or at least Kerry go so far. Interesting to see how that works out. Get any times when they're a lap down, unfortunately, but it does seem to me that Harrison is closing the gap a little bit, though I know Harrison has been struggling with some consistency tonight. Oh, Kyle Foster just goes way wide. Oh, the 4GT slides. Oh, that's a big hit. Oh, man. Well, that just happened in front of me. Gosh darn it, man. Just unbelievable. Oh, Tiago grabs some grass and somehow saves it. Oh my gosh. This guy is an alien. This is unbelievable. I mean, everybody else does half as much as that, and their car is destroyed. It blows into a million pieces and hits the wall. And Tiago is just saving it. Just unbelievable.
Good, Carson.
Wow. I'm impressed. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm absolutely impressed. I want to go watch that again. I'm sorry, I'm being greedy, but I want to go back and see this. In a heavy braking zone, too. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. I seriously cannot believe that. I mean, he had this thing. Steps on the brakes. Goes just a little bit too wide and it snaps, but he saves it. Gosh, that's unbelievable. That's one for the highlight reels for sure. But as it stands, and as it is still working out, Tiago is, in fact, still catching Kerry. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. I know Kerry was on the charge back when Tiago was in first place, and then since their positions have swapped here, Kerry Brooks is really struggling to keep him away. It'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out. Got Leighton and Brian still pretty darn close on the track here. As you see Brian's orange car up the road ahead. They're about 3 seconds apart, give or take, or they were last lap. Joe Gregory's kind of on an island in 5th right now. Good 15 seconds behind that battle. But a good 45 seconds ahead of Jeff Oakes, who was our last car on the lead lap. And as we saw from previous, he was Kerry back there, I thought. Oh no. Kerry? What is happening right now? Kerry not get enough fuel in the car? Is that what happened? He must not have. Must have been a little bit short on the fuel and had to come in. I said because he had 0 incident points, so it definitely wasn't that. Oh man, that's heartbreaking. But that absolutely firmly puts Tiago as the point man once again. He had a 10-second lead over Brian when they crossed again. I'm interested to see the split now. That's Brandon Ritchie. That's Brian back there. Well, that's a shake-up and a half for sure. So we crossed the 35-minute mark, so we've got less than 5 minutes left here in the race. Sorry, that must have been about Rempy. So Brian Beeman is in P2 now. Layton is going to be P3. Gosh, Kerry Brooks is an entire racetrack behind. Feels like now. Good Lord. Super, super unfortunate, but with 5 minutes left, if he can manage to catch a Layton by almost 5 seconds, that being an entire second a lap, and then get to him and pass him, it is possible that he somehow finds his way onto the podium with a second fuel pit stop. Wild. Absolutely wild. What else we got going on here? Harrison has taken over 10 after Kyle Foster's Moore's unfortunate Shadow Realm sending. There's Ben Miller in relation to Corey Abbott.
Thank you, Chris.
In relation to Brandon Ritchie. So Brandon Ritchie's at the finish line. Corey Abbott is got that whole straightaway ahead of him. And Ben Miller's coming up into T2 now, yeah, so they're pretty spread out. Kyle Foster's in the pits again, that's not good. More damage to his 68 machine. Rempy is still 6 laps down. Putting some stuff together here. What else we got? Good. Good at all. Looks like Thiago is putting a hurt on folks now. Yeah, he's pulling away. Craziness. What a drive he is having tonight. Awesome, awesome stuff. Well, hats off, Thiago. Got a couple more laps to finish it up here, though, man. So let's do that before we start solidifying things. And I'm definitely not jinxing you. So I'm not going to look at you because I don't want to. So really, you know, barring any spins or any big changes, I think the closest chance we're going to have of any position changes from what we see here is this window here of Kerry, Layton, and Brian. 3 cars all within about 9 seconds of each other. And we'll see what it comes to at the line. Kerry's really going to have closed that gap big time. He's got it down to 4 seconds now, but I just don't know if he's got enough time with it already being 38 minutes in. So he's probably got this lap and one more, I would say, and then that's all she wrote for this race. So that is going to be a hard sell for me. Say that he's going to catch somebody like a Layton that quickly. Ryan Beeman's having himself an absolutely awesome race, though. Sitting in P2 right now. 5th in the heat. I'm sorry, 2nd in the heat. Qualified 5th. So probably the 2nd highest day for points, I would have to say. Behind only, of course, Thiago. So 5th, 2nd, currently. And he's just, just staying quiet and putting the laps in and getting it done. And we see the flagman now displaying white flag. So white flag, 1 lap to go now.
If that wasn't white flag, I was running on the field.
Here comes Thiago. Final time. Keep an eye on him. Kerry's going to be trying like heck to catch a Layton too, because it sounds like a Layton's running out of gas. Oh my goodness. On the big straight.
Jeffrey, I'm lifting.
10-4.
Oh, Penn Miller spun across the track. Oh my God. Have to add a little bit of excitement to the end of the race, I'd say. Brandon Ritchie and Harrison are going to have a great race to the line.
Good win, buddy.
Brian's going to grab P2. Leighton is going to grab P3, not for lack of Kerry trying. Kerry's going to bring it home P4. Got Joe Gregory finishing up himself here, getting through the last little S section there. As he'll come across P5, got to be pretty happy with those results. Corey, somebody that you might not be able to convince too well that he's having a good time, recovered after all of the intensity of this race, and even with a couple oopsies in this one, P8.
Ben, what am I supposed to do? I finished the race on a black flag because I spun. Tiago passed me, and I was trying to serve it in the pit, but Tiago finished before I went to the finish line.
I tried to fix it. See what happens.
I mean, as far as I know, Harrison's the only one that passed me because of it. So as long as I don't drop behind Chris, I think it's fine.
I'm sputtering.
Ben, I did it. I finished a race.
Dude, I'm so gosh darn proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
Do well.
Well, that just happened. Well, I have to say, I mean, as much as it was still pretty on the chaotic side as far as the season has gone, the feature was definitely calmer. So that's good. Um, Lots of incidents on track. Lots of things happened. I tried my best to catch as many of them as I could. If there's anything that anybody thinks they would like to review with me at some point or something, just save the clip or let me know what lap it was on, as I'm going to have the replay saved over here on my end and we can talk about it. Maybe not tonight, but definitely before next race, and see if there's anybody that could use some coaching or anything if something we didn't like. And yeah, no, I appreciate, with all the incidents that did happen, nobody was upset on the radio or anything, and comms were very considerate. It was a great race up front. Tiago, welcome. What a race, dude. Way to join us and just come in and wreck house. And Carrie, I don't know if you ran out of fuel or what happened, but you broke my heart because I thought for sure that we were going to have an awesome race between you and Tiago. Leighton, I'm glad that your Lambo had a rear end cover by the time it finished the race this time, so that's really good. Um, and yeah, just a lot of cool stuff, a lot of not so cool stuff, but we're through it. We survived. On to next week.
Great race, everybody. Yes, the Lord giveth and taketh away. I made a big error on my fuel, so I had to come back in. Congrats, Tiago.
Thanks. I was wondering what happened. I was like, yes, we're gonna get a battle with like 2 minutes to go.
I was on crazy fuel save, but there was no way. I was way too short. It wasn't going to happen, so I just bailed. I thought afterwards I probably should have stayed out as long as I could to keep you hustling in hopes you get an error or make an error, but nevertheless, you didn't, so good job.
Yeah, I made a bigger error. I thought we were going on laps and not time, so I was trying to save fuel for one stop and didn't realize I had plenty of fuel.
Oh, the learning, right? That's the fun part, though. It's all good.
Well, it's my first ever race in this car, so.
Well, let me be the first to tell you then that that's absolutely impressive, Joe, because you did amazing. You qualified sixth, you finished the heat in third, and then you got fifth in the race with a field of drivers that are extremely capable. So that hats off to you for that. And yeah, just a heads up, FYI, probably something we should have talked about in pre-race. Race control, get on it. It's set to 45 laps because you have to set a lap count in the heat setup that we use to get the second race to happen, the little sprint race in between qualifying and the feature. And you have to set both a lap amount and a time amount. And it's always going to go off time, so we have made it say 45 laps just to make sure that we get to 40 minutes. But it's always going to be 40 minutes. We're never going to see 45 laps.
Yeah, I knew it was time. I just had a brain fart when I started looking at the laps.
Hell of a job, Bojo.
Thank you.
That was fun, everyone. Thank you. Tried to sort of stay out of the way of the folks pass, but definitely enjoyed it. So thank you again.
Yeah, right on. Thanks to everybody. Ben, if you're still there and we still got some people there, I wonder if now's a good time to, I guess we only have half the people, ask about, again, the Monday night practice session. I think there was a couple of people that said they would, but we definitely need a few to make it worthwhile, really.
Yeah, I could throw a post together too, in like a post-race announcement that folks can vote on, where I tag people, to let them vote with the emotes there to kind of be like, would you be there or would you not be there kind of thing. But yeah. And Tiago, I just want you to know that I watched your almost huge spin. I think it's in like turn 3 there with like maybe 5 laps to go or so, where you went too wide in the grass, hit the brakes, and the entire rear end just kicked out, and you just saved it. Like I watched like 5 people do half of that and explode. That was unbelievable. I don't know how you just saved the car. That was insane.
There's probably a couple smudges from that incident, but it was terrifying.
I'm out of fingernails, honestly. Guys are making my hair fall out up here. It was just so sketchy. There's so many rough spots, but I have to say, you know, for all the spins that we had and everything, because we did have quite a few people looping it. It happens here. Um, Folks were very quick to get out of the way, get off the track, you know, loop it around in the grass and everything like that. You know, even Ben Miller had a little oopsie right there at the end, and I was like, oh my god! But he was pulling out of the way as Tiago was pulling up to the finish line. So it's real heads up driving, and I'm telling you, like, these are the guys that you wish you ran into in official races. This has been really fun so far. I'm excited for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, for that incident, I didn't know if Harrison was gonna let up or not, and then he moved back to the racing line. So I kind of got spooked a little.
Oh no, 100%. That's what I saw too. But like just the save itself, I was like, man, I don't know if he's gonna hit him or what he's gonna do. But it was wild.
Did you say you were broadcasting this?
Yep. Yeah, it's actually still going. I gotta get that shut off. I have I do a little. It's not like PTM or anything like that. I just do my point of view of race control and talk about the race and stuff. But I'll post a video link in self promo here in a couple minutes once it's all wrapped up.
Okay, thank you.
Not that anyone cares, but I stream my my race as well. Just me, of course. Ben's got all the action.
I think Leighton was also streaming.
I always go and check yours out, Brian.
Well, thank you.
Are you guys streaming through Twitch?
Yes. At least I am. Ben's on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen Ben's videos.
I would stream if I could, but I can barely even run iRacing.
feel that, dude. Middle of nowhere, countryside internet has a terrible time with streams sometimes.
Oh, I got great internet. It's just my video card's a 480.
So I have a question real quick. Does anyone know how to get their replays to YouTube easily, or is that kind of a complicated question?
You would have to, I think you would have to upload them. I don't know if you'd have to record it through recording software or not. I know you could get like the raw replay file on like a Google Drive, for instance, if you wanted to, and then somebody else that had iRacing could then take that file and then play it on their end if that's what you're looking to do. But usually, I would say the best way to get a replay file onto YouTube, like if it just one from your perspective, would be like to maybe record it as you're doing it, which doesn't really take a lot of system um, presence, and then post that recorded file after the race.
Yeah, I tried something like that. I replayed one of my races in the TV view, and I did it through Streamlabs, and I'll tell you what, just the quality wasn't the best. I haven't figured out all the settings, so I just didn't know if anyone else has tried that. Not sharing the replay file, but viewing their replay video in whichever view you like, and then uploading that to YouTube. I haven't had the best of luck.
Yeah, I just use OBS. I haven't done that particular thing, but anytime I'm recording my screen or any of that stuff, I just use OBS and record through it.
Yeah, you probably just need to play around with the quality settings. It'll take a little bit of dialing in. Yeah, that's what I was thinking probably, but I'll check out OBS as well. Thank you for the tip.
Yep.
Another person's brain to pick on that one, Chris, would be Jacob. I'm gonna murder his last name. Sadavant, I think. He's in the Discord as Savvy Sim Racing 12, but that's what he does. His races, he does the race, and then he'll play back the replay file from a outside of the car angle, and then he will actually commentate over his own race. That's what he does on his YouTube channel. They're really cool videos. If you ever get a chance to check them out. But he does exactly what you're talking about, and so he might have some tips for you on how to do that.
Yes. Okay, that sounds cool. That's exactly what I want to do. I don't want to do like the commentating necessarily, but I wanted to do like the TV sort of stream from one of the races I had. It was one of my better races, believe it or not. And yeah, maybe if you wouldn't mind, maybe you could message me then when we're off just with the guy's name again.
Yeah, 100%, buddy. Sure can.
Sweet. Okay. Hey, everyone, thanks again. It was a great race. See some of you tomorrow. Good race, Al.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good job, all. That was fun.
Did we get to confuse you, Ben, with our paints?
A couple times. It was like, oh, Brian's really close. Wait, nope, that's Will.
That's what we were hoping for.
I'm glad the goal is to confuse me. That makes me feel a lot better. I did miss seeing it on your Porsche, though. The Porsche looked better. I'm just saying.
It did. It looks a little better on that car, yeah.
What you gonna do, though?
Yeah, I'm not good enough to drive the Porsche, so.
Oh, stop it. You did it at Watkins Glen, no problem.
It's fun in the feature, though. And in testing here, I could not. I'd spin every other lap.
I feel like that's how Kerry started, too. And then he just, got through it.
This place is a knife's edge, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I just decided to do the Merc. Like, I had maybe once, maybe twice that I got loose on the downhill, but slightly because I made a braking mistake. Other than that, it's rock solid. On that last right-hand long sweeper, never once had a tinge of looseness, nothing.
You should try going into it faster.
The Merc will just push.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm just teasing. I know, this thing is a handful.
Which I'm so sad about. It's been my favorite for like 2 years.
just commit, Brian. That's all you gotta do. This will be your one race where I don't judge you for it. But going forward, you have an entire week. You have 7 days to get it right at Laguna Seca. Commit. Porsche Riot. That's all I'm saying.
Laguna Seca, no thanks.
The only good thing I can say about Laguna Seca is that if and when you guys do go flying off a track at Mach 7 like you did here, it's sand. So you stop.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap the stream up and head out. But it's super fun. I hope you guys are having as much fun out there as I am up here. This is quite the group that we've got. I'm super impressed so far. And this was the week where I thought we were gonna get some people kind of upset, and everybody just kind of dealt with it. So that's pretty stinking sweet. All right.
I agree 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Carrie.
I enjoyed it.
All right, stream everybody that was watching, past, present, future, to you
Now I'm
time
going to go punch
travelers.
myself in the nose.
Oh no, why would you do that?
Looks like I told crew chief to stop fueling because in my mind I'm like, oh wait, he's overfueling me. He does this sometimes. Oh no, wait, we're not doing 2-minute laps. Uh-oh.
Sounds like you needed your spotter.
Always said I just drive, man. I can't do the rest.
Yeah, but you also said that you don't do Discord very well either, and I think the more you practice at it, everything you do, you're just gonna keep getting better and better, man. So just keep bearing it. But you still got fourth, which I think is awesome. But this was definitely the race where I think I think it's gonna be the one that got away, man, because I think you were fastest. I think you had speed on Tiago. Once I found out that you were fuel saving when he was catching you, I think you had it, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, catching him without his mistake in Moss, not sure. I mean, we were pretty evenly paced. I think he might have had the fastest lap of the race, but through the first 10 laps when I was I don't know who I was behind for a while, but I was definitely just taking it easy in hopes that I'd have that fight left at the end and figuring out the traffic and whether or not I could undercut him. I wanted the battle at the end because I thought it would have been amazing. But, you know, passing is super hard here regardless, but it would have been more fun that way.
Yeah, no, I know that's all Tiago wanted was that battle, man. That's all he wanted to. So it's a bummer, but it happens. Yeah, just glad that I saw you in the pits, and I was like, oh no, like I'm looking for like a packed in front end or something, and I was like, wait, there's no damage on this car. Then you peeled right back out, and I was like, oh, he just needed fuel, I guess.
Yep. No, the feature race was just fine. I think it was a 0X, if I'm not mistaken, too. I don't know what happened that first spin. It wasn't, I think I had actually let off an error, just anticipating, I don't know what was ahead of me, but it was the fatal error, and I just couldn't catch it.
Yeah, nope. It's your Glen spin too. It's that one spin where it's just you can't understand what it's doing or you don't know where it's coming from. So I feel you, man. But hey, I'm gonna get out of here. You have yourself a fantastic rest of the night. Don't punch yourself in the nose, please. And yeah, looking forward to some more oval racing tomorrow.
10-4, buddy.
All right, folks. I know I said I'm gonna stop the stream like 5 times now, but people are chatting away and it's good stuff. So, but yeah, so thank you all for coming out, and we will catch you in the next episode. We've got Oval Racing Xfinity cars tomorrow night, 7:30, no, probably 8 o'clock Eastern, I think, is when our buddy over there at PTM Racing, Mr. Chris, will be starting the stream up, and I'll still be up in the tower, but you won't have to listen to my voice, which is good. So, yeah, until next time, you guys have a good night. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping. Bye bye.